Hello everybody, this is Jeannie Cisco-Meth. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I want to thank you for being here. I want to just take a moment and bask in the glory of you being here with me today, because I can feel your love, I can feel your support, and I want to thank you so much for being a part of my audience, being a part of my group, my tribe, whatever you want to call it, my family, my friends. And so thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I also want to let you know that I'm sharing a nugget with you that I use with my personal mentoring clients, because I've noticed a theme of late. It used to be when I was mentoring and coaching, quite a few people had vision boards, but now they don't seem to have very many vision boards. And so I find myself teaching it quite frequently. So I thought, why not let everybody know? Why not let everybody in my audience, in my family, in my group, whatever you want to call it, know about these incredible, fantastic, mind-expanding, life-expanding, incredible tool that you can use to help you get the things you want. And that is called a vision board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 4 different layers that go with a vision board. And I want you to know I've got notes. Notes are important. And so if you hear me or see me rustling my papers around, that's because I want to make sure and follow my notes, because it's very important that I get all of this information to you. And so let's start off. Vision boards. Now, I don't know if you have been to my house or if you've hung out with me anytime at all, you know that my vision board is on my wall with painter's tape. Now, some people use a cork board, some people use a, what do you call that? Oh, a poster board or whatever. But I have green painter's tape on my wall. You can also use blue tape, but your vision board has to have a border. And you may be asking, why do I need a border? You need a border because that helps your mind focus. It helps your mind know that, hey, this is what's important. Whatever is inside that border is what I want to create. And so a border, that's why a cork board or something like that is very important to have. Create a border. You can use, some people use picture frames. It doesn't matter. You just got to have a border. And then inside that border, you're going to place pictures of the things that you want. Now, starting out, if you've never done a vision board before, you're going to only want to put 1 to 3 things. 1 to 3 pictures inside your vision board border. Okay, so why 1 to 3 items? Well, because you can get overwhelmed. If you put, I currently have 9 items on my vision board. It's kind of like tic-tac-toe, where you divide it up into 9 sections, and I have a picture with a description in each section. I've been doing vision boards for a while. So if you're just starting, 1 to 3 things on your board. Then you also heard me say a description. You want to have a description. The description is important because it helps you know a little bit more about it. Now, what you're going to put in the description is either what the item is. You should be able to tell by the picture, but if you don't have an exact picture of it, then you're going to put it on there. So I remember on my vision board, I had an auditorium that was absolutely filled. It was phenomenal. And so I put on there, Bullyproofing You is speaking to sold out auditoriums. Then we had the privilege of speaking at the Ralston Arena. So do vision boards work? Absolutely. I have a whole folder of vision board successes, because after you get these things, you take them off and put them in a vision board folder. So you need a border. That's number 1. No more than 3 feet. 1 to 3 feet is going to be as big as you want your vision board. You can make it a little bit smaller if you want, but no bigger than 3 feet. You're going to have pictures of the things that you want. Then you're also going to write a description, 2 to 5 sentences of a description of what it is you want, how it will help you and others, why is it important to you, when do you want it by, or what is it? So you want to say what it is, why you want it, who it's going to serve, maybe where you're going to use it or what you're going to do with it. Okay? Then you're going to look at it every morning and every evening for 3 minutes. You're going to look at it in the morning and in the evening for 3 minutes. So AM and PM for 3 minutes. That is level 1 of vision boards. Now, if you've had a vision board for a while and you're like, Jeannie, it just frustrates me, it's not working. Awesome, you're in the right place. Let me help you. When I first started doing my vision board, I started calling it my resistance board. Because every time I would stand in front of it, all of these negative voices would come into my head and it would really frustrate me. So some of the upgrades that you can do to your vision board is, this is level 2, okay? So level 2 of your vision board is stand with a pen and paper. What that means is as you're standing in front of your vision board in the morning, looking at it, you're going to stand there with a pen and paper. And you're going to capture the negative thoughts that come in, okay? As those negative thoughts come in, you capture them and write them down. Then you also have a separate sheet of paper for the positive things. You see, your vision board is not about your how. So many people, when they first get started, stand in front of their vision board and they say, well, how am I going to do this? No. The how is not your responsibility. So the second part of level 2 vision board is leave the how up to God. So level 2 is leave the how up to God. You can either leave it up to God or the universe or however you want to say that. But you're leaving the how up to God. Okay? Then the other thing is as you're writing these things down, the negative thoughts that come in, then the positive thoughts that come in, and the action steps. So not only are you going to have negative thoughts come in, but you're also going to have positive thoughts, and you're going to write down the steps that you're told to do. Okay? The steps, you're going to hear some crazy stuff sometimes. For example, this morning I'm standing in front of my board and a name pops into my head. And I'm like, okay, I got to call this person. So I call him, so I actually send him a text and I said, hey, I need to talk to you today. When's a good time? And we scheduled a time and I got him on the phone and I was able to help him in many ways. All because his name popped into my head while I was standing in front of my vision board, asking my vision board who I could serve today. So that's an example of some of the steps that will come to you. Now, you have to follow through on those steps. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like to say have to a lot. Comes from the military. You don't have to, but I highly suggest it because the things on your vision board are things that you want. Therefore, when the steps come to you, make sure you do them. That way you get the things you want. The other part of level 2 is have fun. Make it playful. One thing that I do is I get goofy in front of my board. I have on my board is my Porsche Cayenne. And so I'll pretend I'm driving it and I can see my hands out in front of me. I've driven a Porsche Cayenne many times. I go down to the dealership all the time and they're like, "Hi, Jeannie, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm here to sit in the Porsche." Many times they let me take it out, but I need that visual in my head. So when I'm standing in front of my vision board, I see my hands on the wheel. I see what it looks like out of the windshield. I see the dashboard. I see myself turning the knobs and rolling the window up and down and shifting the gears and turning on the heat or for my seat or adjusting the individual temperature. So my husband has a different temperature than me. That's part of the being playful and having fun. So we've gone over level 1 and we've talked about you need a border, 1 to 3 pictures, a description, and then you stand and look at it 3 to 4 minutes in the morning and in the evening. Level 2 is as you're standing in front of it, you have a pen and paper in hand and you are writing down the negative thoughts that come in and the positive thoughts and the action steps that come in. Then you leave the how up to God. You do the what and the why and the where and the when, and He does the how. And then you're going to have fun and you're going to play. Ready for another level? Woo woo! Now, if this is getting too much, if it's starting to overwhelm you, that's okay. Just stop now, okay? But if you're like, "Jeannie, I'm ready. I've been doing it for a while. I've done all those things. I'm ready for level 3. Awesome. Let's go to level 3 of your vision board. First of all, you're going to add music. Add music to your vision board. Now you see music takes everything right past your reticular activating system, your RAS. Your RAS is this little filter between your conscious and your subconscious. And it rejects or accepts things as they come in. You have all these minimized programs in your subconscious that run your body. The reticular activating system is, I think of it as a little filament or a filter between my conscious mind and my subconscious. And the reticular activating system accepts or rejects new ideas. So if I've been telling myself for a long time, I'm not worthy, or I don't accept it, or I can't make money, right? I'm stuck at a certain income. Let's go back quite a few years when I was first teaching goal setting to my students. And I wrote on the board, I make $70,000 a year. Now that was double my salary at that time as a school teacher. I was like, oh my gosh, how is that ever going to happen? Well, one of my beautiful, beautiful students, David Campbell, still a very good dear friend of mine, said, "Jeannie, why limit yourself? You're telling us how to not limit ourselves. Why are you limiting yourself?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "I think you should put a minimum in there." And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So I rewrote it and I put, I make a minimum of $70,000 this year, which just totally blew my mind. But by March of that year, I had earned $70,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. The reticular activating system was that little program inside my head that was saying, you can't do that. There's no way. You make $35,000 as a school teacher. How are you ever going to make $70,000? That's the RAS. Music takes your thoughts, your feelings, and pushes it right past that. Side note, that's why what you listen to is so important. When I was a high school teacher and I had students who were involved in gangs and drugs, very promiscuous, didn't have relationships that would last, I would tell them, what are your top 10 songs? And without a doubt, their top 10 songs dealt with illegal things, promiscuous people, gangs, and violence. Because music takes those thoughts directly into your subconscious and plants them. And if you are not consciously looking for those thoughts and pulling them out, guess what? That's where they stay. Okay? So add music to your vision board to help you move forward quicker as you're doing things. The other thing I want you to do is make a movie of it. Okay? Make a movie of it. What does make a movie mean? Make a movie means that when you're laying in your bed in the morning and your alarm goes off, use the snooze. Or you can do it while you're in front of your vision board. But at this time, you've been looking at your vision board for some time, and you know exactly what your vision board looks like. I also have a picture of my vision board on my phone. So every time I pick it up, there it is, right there on my phone. I see it all the time. I can tell you exactly what's on my vision board. So in the morning, my alarm goes off, I hit the snooze button, and I start playing a movie in my head of all the things that are on my vision board. I already talked about my Porsche that's on there and the other things that are on there. I see them happening in my life. I make sure and add all my 5 senses. What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? What do I see? I brighten up those colors, make it big and bold and vibrant. All right, what do I hear? What do I see? What do I smell? What do I taste? If I bring more money into my life, am I eating at different restaurants? Am I going on different vacations? Am I traveling around the world? What does it look like, sound like, smell like, taste like, and feel like? What does it feel like when I touch something, but what does it feel like inside, emotion-wise? So make a movie of it as well. Then the other thing that I want you to do is ask the question, how will it serve others? Or who else will benefit? You're going to ask, who will it serve? How will it serve them? What will they use it for? Now I have a monetary goal on my vision board. And right in there, I give 10% of everything that comes into charity. So right on there, it says, I make $100,000 in one day. It actually says I collect and deposit $100,000 in certified funds in 30 days. I think it says 1 month, in 1 month. Yep, that's what it says. I collect and deposit $100,000 in certified funds in 1 month. That means that $10,000 goes to a charity of my choice, goes to my church. And $10,000 I get to play with. Because 10% of my money goes to play, 10% of my money goes to charity, 10% of my money goes to long-term savings for spending, trips, a new vehicle, things like that. Another part goes into my financial freedom account. Anyways, I could go on, but this isn't about the jar system. It's about vision boards and how you use them, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3. You ready for level 4? Awesome. Here we go with level 4. Level 4 of vision boards is about questions. What questions do I ask when I'm standing in front of my board? You heard one of them earlier. Who can I serve today? Who can I help today? What do I need to do today? Things like that. Another one is, what do I need to do to bring myself into alignment faster? Now, we've talked about how everything is energy. Energy makes up everything. And so, as you know, energy is all about vibration. I vibrate at a certain level. The things that I want on my vision board vibrate at another level. So let's say that I'm standing in front of my vision board and the item that I'm looking at vibrates at a 5,000 frequency. but I'm currently vibrating at 1,000 frequency. I can't get it. As soon as I bring my vibration, my frequency, up to the same level as the thing that's on my vision board, I get it. I know this is a little bit airy-fairy. Maybe it's not totally explainable, but it is explainable in science. If you look up sand tables, you will see how they pour sand on a table that's vibrating at different frequencies. And you will see how the patterns change as those frequencies change. The higher the vibration or the higher the frequency, the more intricate the design is. The lower the frequency, the less complex. So what that means is the higher your frequency goes, the more you can handle, the more you can deal with things. And so if you have some really big things on your vision board, first of all, you need to create order in your life. Creating order in your life means straightening things up. It means cleaning out your garage. It means cleaning out your closet. It means cleaning out your kitchen, your bedroom, wherever it is that you have clutter and stuff. It's time to clean it out. Because you've got to move up to a higher level of vibration. And you can't do that if your life is in chaos. So you put your life in order. I have a space right on my AM PM routine that says, I create order. And I check that off every day. Some part of my house I put into order every single day. I also put something in my yard or something in my business, but every single day I create order. And guess what? It may be the exact thing I put into order yesterday, because things don't stay in order. I am a being of order. I create order. Everywhere I go, I create order. So I invite you, if you're not getting things off your vision board, make sure that you are creating order. Now, if you have a craft room, you may be looking at it. I'm using craft room because that's what I'm putting into order right now. When my mom came to live with me, she loves to sew and do crafts. I love to sew and do crafts. And so when she moved in, everything went into my craft room. It's usable, but it's a bit chaotic in there. So I've been creating order in my craft room. But what that means is you pull everything out and then organize it. So you go from a level of order to chaos to a new level of order. Okay? So you have to process through that. But I create order every day. That's one of the steps for the level 4 vision board. The question that you ask, that we were talking about, is, what do I need to do to bring myself into alignment faster? I ask, who do I need to serve? You can ask, who do I need to serve? You can ask, where do I need to create order? You can ask, what do I need to do to bring myself into alignment faster? Those are some of the questions that can help you move forward faster with your vision board. Now, another thing that you want to do is feel the energy of your board. Now, recently, I took everything off my vision board, laid it out on my bed, because my vision board is right next to my bed. And so I pulled it out and laid it out on my bed, and then just kind of asked myself, where do these need to be on the board? And I reorganized it and then put it, once it felt right, I put it back up on the board the way that I had laid it out. So you may need to move the items on the board around. you may need to move the items around to create a higher energy vibration or a higher energy level. So that's something that you can also do at level 4. Then the other thing that you need to ask is, what do I need to stop doing? Because there are things you need to start, there are things you need to stop. And so what do I need to stop doing? Okay, that other question is, what do I need to stop doing? So this is level 4 of your vision board. We're going to recap right quick, okay? Level 1 of vision boards, you need a border. It can be a cork board, it can be a picture frame, it can be a poster board, whatever you want. I use painter's tape. You're going to use 1 to 3 pictures of the things that you want. It can be a do or a have or who you want to be. You're also going to have a 2 to 4 sentence description about what it is, why you want it, who it's going to serve, those questions there. Then you're going to look at it for 3 minutes in the morning and in the evening. Level 2 vision board is you're going to stand with a pen and a paper in front of your board. You're going to catch the negative thoughts and the positive thoughts on separate sheets of paper, because the negative thoughts you're going to throw away. You're going to shred them, you're going to burn them, you're going to get them out of your house. The positive thoughts you're going to keep and you're going to say to yourself throughout the day. You're also going to write down the steps that come to you of what you should do, who you should see, who you should talk to. You're going to leave the how up to God because it's His responsibility. The how is God's responsibility. And then you're going to have fun. You're going to play. You're going to get goofy. You're going to see yourself enjoying it. Level 3 of vision boards is you're going to add music. If you remember, music takes it right into the subconscious, which runs the body, bypasses the reticular activating system, gets it in there faster, and moves it forward. You're also going to make a movie in your mind. You're going to see yourself interacting and having and being and doing all of those experiences. And you're also going to answer the question, who will this serve? How will it make a difference? Why is it important? Level 4 is you've got to create order in your life, in your thinking, in your environment. You're going to declutter. Then you're going to ask the question, who do I need to serve today? Or what do I need to do to bring myself into alignment faster? You're also going to move the items around to create a higher level of energy. If you have some things that have been on there for a while, move them around and recharge their energy. You're also going to ask, what do I need to stop doing? Because there are things you need to start and there are things you need to stop. So if you have any questions, please get back to me and let me know. Ask questions. Let me know what you have. If you need help, you're also, I forgot to tell you, you're also going to have a 3-ring binder or some type of a folder, because as things come off of your vision board, you're going to put that in your folder and you're going to look at it and go, oh yeah, remember this? I got this. I got this. My vision board folder is getting quite thick and I absolutely love it. I went to an event a while back where vision boards were taught to me in depth. Now I've added quite a bit more. It was level 1 that was taught to me. And then as I've continued to go and learn and adapt, I've moved it up to level 4. But what I learned is at that very first event, they had a massive wall for everybody to ask for things for their vision board. It was a vision board for the entire event. And what they did was they put different things up that they wanted. And then at the end of the event, all of these things were passed out to the audience. I recorded that event, so I would have evidence that vision boards worked. So for 45 minutes, 2 people standing on stage, reading names and handing out things, money, a piano, a bassinet, beds, bikes, more money, all kinds of stuff were handed out at that event. So anytime I started thinking, do vision boards work? I'd go back and look at that video. Now I have a nice big folder that shows me proof that vision boards work. My friends, I am so glad you joined me today. Vision boards work. Get them in your life. It helps you see a vision of what you want. It helps you focus on it, and it helps pull you into your future. You will never push yourself into your future. Let your dreams pull you into the future. Thank you so much. Have an absolutely fabulous day, and bye for now.